How are you? You are? What continent do you think we're going to visit this week? Australia. You're right. And you look at our stage, we have a bunch of different places we're going to talk about and places we're going to see. We're not really going to Australia, but we can imagine it, can't we? Yeah, we can. Okay. Well, I have a special friend who's going to help me do something here right now. So, all right? And hopefully we're funny. All right? Okay. So, g'day, mates. Can you say that? G'day, mates. All right. Well, thanks, Pat. Welcome to Zoomerang. We're going to explore Australia this week, and we're going to find out some things that Australia is famous for. Who can tell me what this is? Boomerang. Australia is famous for boomerangs, but Australian boomerangs don't look like this. They have more than 2 prongs. So your guys are going to get to throw boomerangs later and practice how to learn how to throw them, and they don't look like this. They look different, okay? So you'll get to do something different. All right. Did you know that you're of great value to God? Yes, you are. He made you in his image. Yes, he did. Oh, good Lord. What's the interruption now? Good day, mate. What's going on?
G'day. I just landed here in Australia. I'm so excited to start exploring. It's gonna be a beaut.
Oh, what?
A beaut. Great. Bonzer. Fantastic.
Oh, right. A beaut. Okay, dude. We got a winter coat. We got what? Water bottle. What? A snorkel. Okay. A hat. Swimming clothes. First aid kit. Why do you have all this for Australia? I mean, a winter coat and a hat. Really?
Well, Australia is a land of extremes. It has areas that are blistering hot, and it also has oceans, rainforests, and even Arctic cold temperatures with penguins. Just want to be prepared.
Wow, who knew? Did you know there were penguins in Australia? I didn't know that. I don't know. Okay, well, okay, I lost it. Okay, well, in the midst of all these unique spots in Australia, we're going to go to a special one. You got choices up here. You guys can think about where the first place we might go to is. All right? Go. You were thinking food? Okay.
I don't know, but before we head there, I want to sing a song just to get in the mood.
Okay. Well, let's wait and let the mates know our first destination when they get to their land down under lessons. But now, everybody's going to stand up. You ready, Stephanie? And since our theme is Zoomerang, guess what our first song is? Zoomerang. Okay? And this is Miss Stephanie. She's our music director, and her helpers are who, Miss Stephanie?
Emma and Bella.
Bella. Okay. All right.
So you guys got to spread out a little bit. Can you guys spread out a little bit? Get yourself some room. Now you guys can follow along with me. And it's going to be on the screen too, or you can watch the screen, okay? All right, who's ready?
The western desert hot and dry.
The western desert hot and dry.
Barren land, the cloud, the sky.
Barren land, the cloud, the sky.
But Jesus makes the desert bloom.
But Jesus makes the desert bloom.
Living water for me and you.
Living water for me and you.
Me and you. Zoomerang, zoomeree. God made you and God made me. Zoomerang, zoomeroo.
All of the old and young ones despair.
This crazy world has gone astray.
This crazy world has gone astray.
Jesus is the only way.
Jesus is the only way.
Only way. Only way. Zoomerang, zoomeree. Yeah, God made you and God made me. Zoomerang, zoomeroo. All of the old and young ones too. And near or far, no matter who you are. Zoomerang, zoomeree. Hey, we're all one family.
Zoomerang, zoomeree, yeah, God made you and God made me. Zoomerang, zoomeree, hey, we're all one family. Zoomerang, zoomeree, yeah, God made you and God made me. Zoomerang, zoomeree, hey, we're all one family.
Zoomerang, zoomeree. Yeah, God made you and God made me. Zoomerang, zoomeroo. All of the old and young ones too. And near or far, no matter who you are. Zoomerang, zoomeree. Hey,
We're all one family.
zoomerang, zoomeree. Hey,
We're all one family.
zoomerang, zoomeree. Hey, we're all one family.
Woo! Good job.
All right, guys, sit down. We're going to teach a little bit about Australia, at least what me and Nathan have learned so far.
Not much, but
Yeah, and we haven't learned much, but you know, we're trying. It's okay.
I'm not good learning.
All right. Well, good day, mates. Good job. And welcome to Australia. My name's Noelle, and I'll be one of your tour guides this week. And,
I am Nathan. I'm going to be tour guide number 2.
what else? Come on.
I can't wait. We can't wait to show you around Australia. It's going to be awesome.
Because it's Australia. Yeah. Right. Okay. Something cool was invented in Australia. It's the boomerang. You know how that works? Pat knows how that works. You're supposed to throw it and it comes back to you. So, when you're outside today during game time, you're all going to get a chance to throw boomerangs. We have a resident expert with boomerangs today. Yeah. So, all right. Well, just like a boomerang, we're going to start in the outback today. We're going to zoom all over different places in Australia this week and end up right back in the outback on our last day. So, there's a section called the outback. Thumbs up or thumbs down. You guys got to give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Do you think the outback covers most of the country? You think? Okay, put a thumbs up if you think so. Put a thumbs down if you don't think so. I think we got more thumbs up. Well, you know what? You're right. 70 to 80% of the whole continent of Australia is in the outback.
Thumbs up or thumbs down? Do you think you'd like to live there?
Oh,
Some yes, some no. Some maybe. Well, let's see if you change your mind after we tell you about it.
it contains 10 deserts. Yes, 10. And it has some of the hottest weather on Earth, as high as 122 degrees in one of the deserts.
There aren't many people living in the outback, but some brave it and work there. One job is sheep or cattle ranch. The sheep and cattle stations are huge and spread out. In fact, one cattle station is the size of the whole country of Belgium. That big. Workers have to fly around in helicopters just to check on the cattle. Do you think you'd want to have that job? Thumbs up or thumbs down?
Yes. No.
You would, Grayson?
I think we're mixed. Not quite sure. Can we have the other picture of that Uluru, or with the Uluru up? There you go. Okay. All right. You're more likely to die from heat or lack of water than poisonous animals in the outback. And there are lots of venomous snakes and spiders. There's a snake called the taipan, and there's a redback spider. There's other animals like a thorny devil, a dingo. We have a dingo up here. You guys see the dingo? Yep, there's a dingo. Yep. They have lizards and wombats, and of course, Australia has to have kangaroos, right? And look, our kangaroo up over on the piano. And our animal pal for the day is Jumpin' Jack Kangaroo. And at the end, we're going to learn more about kangaroos. We have a special video about kangaroos. Okay? Go ahead.
There's a lot of cool stuff in the outback too. Like the world's single biggest rock, which is today's destination. It's called the Uluru, or the Anger's Rock. Right up there.
Okay, that's right. Okay. Uluru is taller than the Statue of Liberty, the Great Pyramid, and the Eiffel Tower. Thumbs up or thumbs down? Do you think you'd want to climb it? Hey, we got a lot of takers for that.
I'll climb it.
Okay.
People used to climb it, but they are no longer permitted. As many of the Australian native people believe that the Uluru is a sacred place. People think that it's actually alive. They believe the spirits of their past relatives woke up one day and just created the world, including the animals and the people, and then just went back to sleep in places like the Uluru Rock.
This particular idea about the beginning of the world, they have a special name for it. They call it dream time. And because the ancestors of the native people of Australia believe that they came from Noah and Noah's family after the flood and after the Tower of Babel, they had learned the truth about God and his creation. But you know what happened? Over time, they kind of forgot about God and his creation, and they forgot that God did this.
Where can we go to find the true, original, perfect account of the beginning of life?
Where can we go, guys? Where can we go and find out about the truth? The church. That's a good. There you go. I heard you. The Bible. Very good.
Right, the Bible. There's no other book on the planet written by God except the Bible. Because God's perfect and true, we know his word is true, and the Bible is the place where we can go to find how life began. Let's check it out.
Hey, all right. We're going to talk about creation. We have another interruption. Okay.
My friend, Pastor Adam, told me to come here and talk to you today. He said you were learning about creation.
Okay. So why don't we see what our special guest can tell us about God and his creation?
First of all, my name's Wallaby Wally. Can you guys say Wallaby Wally? Hi, kids. Y'all going to be my mates this week, okay? I'm going to be with you all week long, okay? Who wants to learn about creation tonight? All right. I heard as I was walking looking for my mate Sydney, they were talking to you about creation. They were telling you all about Australia. They were telling you about a big rock right there. Isn't that nice? Oh, I visited that a lot of times growing up. I tell you what, you guys want to hear a story? You want to hear a story? Okay. Here's your story. In the beginning, the land was not like it is today. It was free from life and empty. During the dream time, the spirits made the land and people. They made rivers, hills, rocks, plants, and animals. They made laws about how people were to behave. Have anybody heard a story that sounds like that before? Where have you heard that story before? You. Where have you heard that story before? Kinley? You forgot? Where'd you hear it, Michaela? The Bible. Does that sound just like the Bible? It's pretty close, isn't it? It's pretty close. Because this sounds familiar because this is a brief retelling from what we call the Aboriginal people. Do you know what an Aborigine is? What's an Aborigine? Who knows what an Aborigine is? What's an Aborigine? Hang on, it's okay, Logan. What's an Aborigine? Kinda. An Aborigine is, have you ever heard of the Indians? You heard of the Indians? Well, it's kind of like that, but they're from Australia. They're kind of like that, but they're from Australia. But I tell you what, do you know that Noah's people, who's heard of Noah? You all heard of Noah? What did he build? He built the ark. Do you know that his family settled in Australia? Did you know that? Well, a long time went by, and as time went by, they knew the creation story when they came off the ark. But years and years and years went by. And you know what? The story got changed. The story got changed to the story you heard. The most of it's true. But they changed little bits of it along the way. Today there's a lot of things in the world that people tell you about creation that isn't true. It's not true. There's one thing in creation that they say that we come from ape-like creatures. Have you ever heard that? That we come from an ape? You've heard that? Have you all heard that? Well, it's not true. It's not true. We have to tell about the truth. And where do we get the truth from? Jesus in the Bible. Very good. I'm going to read you something from Proverbs. Is that okay? Can I do that? My son, if you receive my words and treasure up the commandments with you, making your ear attentive to wisdom and inclining your heart to understanding. Yes, if you call out for insight and raise your voice for understanding, if you seek it like silver and search it for your hidden treasures, then you will understand the fear of the Lord and find the knowledge of God, for the Lord gives wisdom. From his mouth comes knowledge and understanding. He stores up wisdom from the upright. He is shield to those who walk with integrity, guarding the path of justice and watching over the way of his saints. Then you will understand righteousness and justice and equity, every good path. For wisdom will come into your heart, and knowledge will be pleasant to your soul. Discretion will watch over you. Understanding will guard you. I tell you what, who wants to play a game? You guys want to play a game? Okay. I tell you what, I'm going to read you a couple of things from the best book in the world. What is this? All right. How many of you have one of these at home? All right. What's that? You got a kid's Bible. That's good. I'm going to read you a couple things from God's Word. We're going to read out of Genesis. Do you guys know where Genesis is? Where's it at? The beginning of the Bible. Very good. We're going to read in Genesis chapter 1. It said, Then God said, Let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the birds of the air, and over the livestock, and over the earth, and over every creeping thing that creeps on the earth. We're going to go to chapter 2. Chapter 2 and verse 7, Then the Lord formed man from the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils and breathed breath of life, and man became a living being. Those passages said that man was made in God's image. Now we're going to play our game. You guys ready to play our game? Okay. Here's how we play. I'm going to ask you guys some questions, okay? So you got to pay attention. You got to listen. Because what we're going to do, if the answer is yes, I want you to do something for me. I want you to put your hands like this. Can you do that for me? Put your hands like this, and you're going to pretend like you're diving in a swimming pool. Can you do that? Very good. Very good. And if the answer to the question is no, I want you to act like you're going to surf. Can you do that? Act like you're going to surf. There you go. You guys are great at this. I tell you what, y'all are going to be my mates. You like that? You know what mate means? Y'all are going to be my friends for this week. All right, so here's the questions. You ready? What are you going to do if the answer is yes? What are you going to do? You're going to dive like you're diving into a swimming pool. And if the answer is no, you're going to do what? You're going to surf. There you go. Okay, tell you what. Can animals write books? There you go. Can animals cook for you? Can they write sentences? Can they write out words? Can they play the piano? Did you notice all the answers to these questions is no? Did you know that? That's because people are made in God's image. Animals can't do what we do. Animals can't do what we do. God Himself is always good. Each person, that means you, and that means you, and that means all of you, are made in God's image. Did you know that? I tell you what, who's ever heard of a word called a missing link? Have you anybody ever heard of a missing link? Okay. Well, science tells you that there are several missing links. These are the creatures that they say we come from. These are the ape-like creatures that they say we're made after. One's called Lucy. And Lucy, they found that she walked kind of like this. She went around like this. And they said one day that Lucy just stood up and walked like this. But then they found out that that wasn't true. Then they found the people I talked to you about a little bit ago, the Aborigines. You guys remember what an Aborigine is? All right. All right. They talked about Neanderthals, all these different creatures, and what they found out, they said that we came from them. Then science found out we didn't come from them at all. They're still looking for where we came from. So where do we come from, kids? We came from God. Very good. Excuse me. Do you know what the first man's name was? What was man's first name? Adam was his first name. Did you guys know that? Good day, Sydney. I found you, mate. See, I told you my mate was around here somewhere. Well, yes, Sydney. Me and my mates here, I was just telling them about the first name named Adam. Oh, Adam was very smart, Sydney. Come on now. Could he talk, Sydney? Come on, get on you. Yes, he could talk. He even got an important job like naming all the animals. No. He didn't come from an ape-like creature, Sydney. The Bible tells us the truth, and it says that God made him, Adam, from the dust of the ground. Adam didn't come from an ape. Where'd you get an idea like that?
The monkey cages all says that the apes are my relatives, and that I came from them. And some of my books show drawings of ape-like men.
Sydney, I want you to remember something. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. There's no such thing as an ape-like man. When you see those drawings or you hear people saying that just remember that it's not true. It's not true. God's word is true, and it tells us exactly how people came to be. That's right, Sydney. Good on you, mate. God's word tells us the truth about the past, so we know it's right.
I feel better. They can't make a monkey out of me.
Hey, that's a pretty good saying, Sydney. I'm going to use that. They can't make a monkey out of me. I tell you what, kids, let's all say that together. Can we do that? They can't make a monkey out of me. Try again. They can't make a monkey out of me. Remember that you didn't come from animals. You are a special person made by God and for God, and you are precious to Him. Did you guys know that? You remember that, Sydney? Oh, Sydney, we'll see you! Come on, we learned today. You like Sydney? Sydney's a good old mate of mine. Me and Sydney have known each other for years. No, Sydney, he's a good old boy. He's a good old man. What did we learn today, Quinn? Oh, Sydney's always leaving his stuff around. I can't help him. I've tried, and I've tried. I can't do anything with him. What else did we learn today? That's right. What else did we learn today? That's right. Boomerangs. Hey, you know what? I'm good at throwing a boomerang most days, but this arm, it just don't work like it used to. Who? Miss, yes ma'am. What did you have a question of? Oh, that's where Sydney takes his naps. Don't pay no attention to him. No, Sydney's all right. Sydney has this problem. He goes to sleep on a regular basis. No matter how hard I try, Sydney can't do nothing. I don't know. Yes, ma'am. What did we learn? You have Noah's Ark's a good place to go to visit. Yes, sir. We are not made of animals. Who knows? The next time someone tells you we came from monkeys, what are you going to tell them? Tell them no. Tell them I'm made in God's image. Man made female and male, and He created them. What's your question, mate? Well, Sydney's been a little under the weather lately. So we just don't talk about it too much. Yes, ma'am. Where did Captain Crunchy go? I don't know the mate. I don't know the mate. No, I don't know Captain Crunchy. Hey, Miss Noel said that Captain Crunchy, he set sail for somewhere else. Do you all have any questions before we get done? Yes, sir. Whoa, that's a special treat, mate. You're going to find that out later. Yes, ma'am. How big is that rock? Oh, you know what? That rock is huge on the top, and did you know there's more of it underneath the ground? Did you know that? Yes, ma'am. Australia's been having a little bit of a time recently. And we've tried to take care of the animals our best we could, but it's just not working. They're getting hungry, and we try to feed them, and they don't want to eat. So, all right, kids. Yes, ma'am. Where did Sydney come from? Oh, Sydney. He was born down in Melbourne, I believe. Like I said, Sydney's taking a nap. We got to let Sydney sleep. Yes, ma'am. Sydney! Sydney's asleep. We're not going to wake him up.
Leave me alone.
Boy, come on. I don't want to hurt my knee. We've been